Good morning. It's Monday, November 14th. And as I reported yesterday, Joe Biden won a miraculous victory in the Senate, where Masto defeated Laxalt. Now, Masto was the Democrat, of course, and Laxalt was one of those candidates that was supported by Donald J. Trump, our erstwhile ex-president. And this was a very important victory for Biden and his group because they now continue to hold control over the Senate. But the House of Representatives is a whole other matter. And the elections for the House of Representatives are still going on, and they won't be settled for a long time, I believe. Because right now they're counting all kinds of ballots that came in time to be qualified for the election. So those mail-in ballots, which had to arrive in the hands of the counters by Saturday at 5 p.m. or something, but they had to be postmarked on Election Day or before Election Day. And so while there be screaming and yelling by certain parts of this country about the ballots being invalid, I can assure you that all the people that are taking care of those ballots are making sure that those ballots are properly qualified to be counted. So while every state has 2 senators, the number of representatives in every state varies based upon the population of that state. And so what we have in this country is a dual methodology for deciding what's going on, really. We have the Senate, which has certain duties, and we have the House of Representatives, which has other duties. And so while every state has 2 senators, they may have many representatives. California is so large in population that they have 50-something congressmen. And those congressmen represent the districts that are established by the state legislatures. Now, in this country, we have 26 state legislatures that are controlled by Republicans. And so, when you split up the districts within the states, they use a method called gerrymandering. And that method, divvying up the population within a state, is not fair, and it leads to creating an atmosphere within the state and creating districts within the state that will remain under control of the single party. Now, the Democrats do the same thing. This is not strictly a Republican methodology. All of the state legislatures do that. They do that to protect the incumbents and to stay in power by using this methodology where the populations of the state are lumped together by party affiliation. I'll use that term. So the view, in my mind, is that we have an unbalanced America. We have a MAGA population that has managed to win 156 or so seats in the Congress. And we have a population of opposite type Republicans who are not MAGAs, but who are afraid to come out and say anything that would disturb the MAGA population. And why? Because they are terrified that they will lose their votes. It's a large enough portion of the Republican Party that they maintain a silent control over the party. The party of the Republicans is afraid to speak out against the MAGAs because they can't afford to lose those votes. And the leader of the MAGAs is possibly going to announce a run for the presidency again. And I don't know if he would even be successful in that run. But he believes that he can do it, and he believes that he can rally the troops around him. And I would feel sorry for this country if that destructive force is let loose again. But we must recognize that it exists. We must recognize the existence of the MAGA. We must recognize the unbalance of our political climate. The fact that the Democrats have a huge majority in the people, but not in the voting distributions. So as long as we have 26 states that are controlled by the minority, we have a problem in this country. But it's a democracy, and that's the kind of problem that we have to overcome. We have to overcome the fact that there is a very strong minority presence. We have to work hard on convincing the minority presence that not everything that they believe is correct or good for this country. Because certainly the MAGAs are not good for this. And yes, I'm talking about the right-wingers, but there are left-wingers also that are not good for this. This country thrives from the middle. And some of the extreme ideas on both ends of the scale are not fit for us. There are much more important things than being left or right. Being center is okay. It's not a terrible thing to be in the center. The thing that we really need to concentrate on is working together and trying to accomplish things that benefit all sides of this country, the rich, the poor, the citizens and those who want to be citizens, the educated and the less educated. This is a country that must treat everybody equal. And by equally, I mean providing opportunities to all. Opportunities should not be restricted by anything except the talents of the individuals. You may not be good enough to do one thing, but there must be something that everybody can do and everybody can contribute to society. And certainly, in order to get the best out of most people, we must make sure that everybody can afford a decent education. We must work hard to make education affordable and to make sure that there are opportunities and that people can find a way to take advantage of their skills and meet those opportunities and be successful in those meetings. So there is much to worry about in this country, and much of it is beyond the political realm. But having this division within the political realm is very bad. It's unconscionable. So I leave you with that this morning. Hopefully you'll have an idea or two that can pop up and get you through the day. Take care. I'll see you in the morning. Bye.